Hello, and welcome to my channel. My name is Tamara, and this is Delightfully Chaotic. Welcome to my channel. My channel is about any and everything that I feel like talking about, pop culture, all the things, not necessarily politics, but I just like to just sit here and rant and rave about the things. And I have a podcast. It's called Delightfully Chaotic. But today is not a podcast, a regular podcast episode. Today is maybe considered a mini pod because I wanted to talk about something that I saw a few weeks ago about Lori Harvey. So I wanted to yap about Lori Harvey and all the feelings that y'all niggas have about her. I curled my hair last week and literally I had it curled for like 2 days. And I used pipe cleaners. Okay. So I use like the water, the mousse, the pipe cleaners. I had them in. Now we're talking about my hair. I'm going to get back to Lori Harvey. Sorry. So I had these in for like 2 days. And then when I went to work, I put them up in like a wrap, a scarf, cute little scarf or whatever. So no one would have known that I had them. Pipe cleaners in my hair. I say all that to say I really don't understand how the girlies are getting these curls for their locks and they're staying like for multiple days. Like I don't understand it. Please, if you know the secret, I don't know, because this is driving me nuts. Like I do like the volume that I get when I have the curls in, but it's the straight pieces are like driving me crazy. I don't feel like getting up and getting my mousse in like spray bottle. So, and I really just want to kind of like go through each of the straight ones and just try to like curl them again. And I guess it doesn't fucking matter if I have the water or the mousse because it really didn't do anything in 2 days. I just like, again, I like the volume and I like that like full look. So we're just going to go ahead and while I'm talking about Lori Harvey and the things, we're just going to do this really quick. I'm going into the office tomorrow, so I just kind of wanted to look a little cute, you know. I didn't want my hair to be looking crazy. It's obvious that there was some kind of curl or whatever in it, but I just want to zhuzh it up a little bit. Not because I'm going in the office, but just because I want it to look nicer. Anyway, also I got my order of OG Beauty. I got this last Thursday or Friday, and then I went out of town on Saturday, so I used it for the first time on Saturday. So I have the Complexion Perfecting Concealer. Okay, do I have to do this for you to see it? I don't know. And then I have the Hydroganics Complexion Perfecting Tinting Serum. So I think that these are both, ooh, look at my nail, not there. I think that these are both like, you know, that kind of makeup that makes your face look, the makeup that's like 2-in-1, like it helps with, it's skincare and makeup. Ooh, Jesus. Now I wanted to do OG Beauty because they are claimed to be, chemical free as far as like harsh chemicals or like dangerous chemicals. When I look at the back of their box, these are all the chemicals that are in it. A lot of them seem to be like natural though. Aloe, leaf juice, glycerin, of course. A lot of them appear to be pretty natural, castor seed oil, blah, blah, blah. A lot of these I can actually pronounce. So it seems like that is pretty accurate. I didn't like the one thing that I would say about the OG Beauty, I used both. Now, I'm not a makeup girly. I'm trying to do the makeup things. I used both the concealer and the foundation. You can use both of those together, right? So the concealer is for like blemishes. I just washed my face, but I was like, oh, let me do this. So they would be like for under eye, I guess, and like blemishes. I have a blemish right there that's been on my face for literally a month. when my period decides to show her raggedy ass every 3 months or so, my skin breaks out. It's so fun. And so I have this thing. So we're just going to do that. Maybe I should use a brush. This concealer is kind of has like a tacky kind of feel to it. I literally just washed my face. I'll just wash it again. I don't know what's going on. I think that you're supposed to, and you know what? I've been wearing makeup since like I was in high school. The little CoverGirl compact, y'all know, the brown one, yeah. Yeah, with the pressed powder. And that shit would get so caked up. And then moved on to MAC, right? With their pressed powders. And that shit would also get super caked up. I don't know what it's giving right now. It looks kind of ashy right now. But I don't think I'm putting it on. I'm not really trying to do a full thing of face and makeup. But. So I did this, and then I went behind it with the concealer. The foundation. I'm not putting the foundation on. But for the sake of this video and me not wanting to blind you with my huge blemish on my face, I figured let me just do a little concealer. Like a fucking unicorn. It's so annoying. And it's always when I want to like go places and do the things that I have like a huge blemish on my face. And that's usually when niggas want to be all up in your face. What's your name? Go away. So that was that. I did get my OG Beauty. And what I was saying, the one flaw that I didn't like is that like even like right now with just a concealer, it's like a tacky kind of feel. And I probably would have to wear or carry around those oil sheets or something because it just has like this oily finish, like a lot of some makeup you wear and it's almost like you don't feel anything. When I was using the Fenty Pro Filter in the concealer, I really loved that, and it really did seem like I didn't have anything on. So I guess it's just like some getting used to or whatever. Now with this, I usually do 2 at a time if I can, but I'm doing 1 at a time. And this is actually an effective way to curl your locks from what I've seen. I actually got this from YouTube, but everybody else seems to do everything right, and I always fuck things up. So I just feel like maybe I'm doing something wrong. But yeah, that's how it. And what I'm doing is, because people are like, oh, this is so easy. And they do it. And it's like, bitch, it does not look easy. But this is actually easy. So you take a pipe cleaner and then you take the pipe cleaner, fold it in half, and then you twist like a hole. And then you just put the lock inside the hole, kind of clamp it down. And then you just take the lock and the pipe cleaner, make sure you're holding both of them, and just start going up like that and making like a spiral, like wrapping it around the pipe cleaner all the way up. And honestly, when I first took it out, it was very curly, coily, and like short. But I think where I'm messing up is when I go to sleep. Because I just feel like if I had them in for 2 days and it looks really bouncy and curly, like Shirley Temple curls, like it was really cute, the curls should not be dropping like the next day after I take them out. It's really when I'm sleeping, I guess. I put it in a pineapple and then I put a big scarf around it, and I was trying not to sleep on it and like, but I don't know. So we're just zhuzhing it up right now. Lori Harvey. Ooh. So Lori Harvey, there was a video that resurfaced, and I think it was from an interview that she had with her friend Tiana Taylor. They're really good friends. It was some kind of thing where she was on this bus or something, and she was basically talking about how basically her dating life and how the things that she's experienced have kind of like shaped the way she looks at relationships and dating and things like that.
I'm going to move accordingly. To the punch. Yeah, I'm just going to move accordingly. And also, I almost got married very young. Mm-hmm. And so I think after that, it made me be like, okay, I felt like I hadn't really experienced anything. I didn't really know myself. I didn't really know what I liked, what I didn't like. I just feel like I hadn't really experienced life. So I think at that point, then I was like, okay, I'm about to, like I said, just date on my terms. And like, however I want to move, whatever I want to do, I'm going to do it. And if it's no longer serving me, I'm going to move on.
And it made me think about how every time this woman comes out with another boyfriend, y'all really be doing a lot. Like, you've never heard of the concept of fucking dating before. Mind you, y'all probably have had twice the amount of men that she's been publicly linked to. But some women are out here like pick me and, getting on the Lori's for the streets train. And I don't know, it's just something that when I saw her, and I had already seen this snippet of this interview, like when it first came out a couple of years ago. I didn't watch the whole thing, but I just saw kind of like a snippet of her talking. Because, people be like, she talk? Yes. And she's actually a pretty decent actress from what I've seen on Reasonable Doubt. I was like, okay, girl. I could see her doing some more things in acting. Anyway, I'm saying, before I say whatever else, I'm doing two now. Before I say whatever else I'm going to say, I'm going to first start by saying I don't give a fuck about Lori Harvey. Just like I don't really care about Lotto. I like them as far as like what they represent, and they're Black women. They're doing the things, of course, like surface level. I'm like, yes, girl, yes. Do you? They're beautiful. They have like the whole world ahead of them. Whatever. I like and appreciate that in them, but I'm not a stan of either one of these people. So it's not like I'm like, dick riding or anything like that. I really don't care. I just don't understand why y'all just like to get on the internet and just like talk shit about people like you've never experienced life. If you're a person, man or woman, and you're especially in your 40s or 50s or whatever, you should not be talking about nobody and how many people they date and therefore the streets. Do you understand? And this is my second time asking. Do you understand what dating is? I'm going to put a description, the definition. I think it's Webster's. Let's put his definition of dating on the screen. This is what dating is. So dating is basically... It's like you're auditioning for your mate. If you are the kind of person that believes that there's one person for everybody, which I don't personally believe, and you are actually actively out here looking for a nigga, like, you're going to date around. And if that means you have to date 10 people by the time you're 30, then that's okay. Does that mean that you're sleeping with all 10 of them niggas? No. And if you do, that's your damn business. People really believe that because this woman is using her full autonomy and her fineness and her resources and they really believe that because she's out here dating and using her free will to date and to allow these men to just drape her in lavish gifts and trips. Who wouldn't do that? What beautiful 20-something-year-old woman would not want that? Would not want to be like courted and pursued by like successful, seemingly some of them highly reputable people in the industry. Like, who wouldn't want that? I don't know what I just said, but when I play it back, it might make sense. Anyways, y'all really believe that just because she's out here dating, something that y'all have done and still do, because dating is a thing, y'all really think that she's just like sleeping with every man that she dates. And if she did, that is her business. It's nobody's business. Like I said, she's using her free will and her fineness to go out and just explore and see what works and what doesn't. And she receives some seemingly really good ass game from her mother. I wish I had someone to talk to me about dating. I never learned how to date. I didn't have a woman sit down and tell me, this is what you do and this is what you don't do and this is what you look for and da-da-da-da. I had a sister that was 6 years older than me. You think I called her and be like, girl, what you think about this nigga? No, I really thought I was out here. I really thought I knew what I was doing. I was getting played left and right. And if I could go back, or if I could just, absolutely. And if she actually did get married to the man or the guy that she was engaged to, she was engaged at 21 to, he was a Dutch professional soccer player. I have my notes on my laptop. So she was engaged to him at 21. His name was Memphis Depay. I don't know who that is. I think he's famous somewhere in the other parts of the world. 21 years old, she was, and honestly, I actually heard about her when, I think it was a media takeout back when I was on media takeout heavy. That was the first thing I would do when I would log into work, is get on media takeout. But I think it was around that time, or Boss Up, one of those. And she was like super young. She was coming out into the world as Steve Harvey's stepdaughter. And she was engaged to this, athlete or whatever. I thought the nigga was like a NASCAR driver, but I guess not. I guess he's a professional soccer player. You see why I put this in a rap, because girl. And so, 20 years old, she was engaged to him. That engagement was called off when she was 21. So your frontal lobe isn't even developed yet. We all know that. The 21 years old, you're still experiencing life and doing the things. If she would have gotten married to this man, then people would have been like, well, she's too young. So it's like, so don't you think, and I think what she was saying on the interview is like, after experiencing that, she wanted to explore more and just kind of like, you have your whole literal life ahead of you. Like, and she lost the baby fat. She's doing her thing. And she's flourishing into this like huge socialite that's her mama be eating down with the fits. Just like fashionable. And she seems like a dope chick. Like, I don't understand why y'all are all so quick to be like, oh, she's for the streets. She's literally just dating, just like what we've all done. You know how many guys I've dated? Probably about the same that she's been publicly seen with. Do you think, well, yeah, people probably thought the same thing about me. No one has ever said this to my face, but I have like a curvy figure or whatever. And it took me a long time to like be okay with that. I kind of grew up thinking that my body shape was offensive to people because, the women will say, oh, we'll cover up around, yeah, you tell young girls to cover up, but you need to tell the men to not be trash bags and pedos or whatever. But like, I always was kind of like really self-conscious about my shape and my body. But as I got older in like high school, especially college, no one ever said anything to me, but I always got the vibe that people thought that I was promiscuous because of my figure. Like, I always got that vibe. So I get it, but we don't know that lady. And like I said, if she did choose to sleep with all of these men, that is not anyone's business. But just to assume and just be like, oh, she's for the streets and she's this and she's that. And I think there was an actor. He's actually a good actor. He was in All American and he was also in BMG, I think. And he was in an interview saying that something to the effect of he wouldn't want to date her or something like that because of the reputation that the internet has given her. He didn't say exactly like that, but in so many words, he was like, yeah, I don't know if I could do that. But it's like, nigga, you don't fucking know this girl. She's literally just dating. Off the top of my head, I can think of about 4 niggas, including the one I just mentioned, the soccer player, that she's been publicly linked to. I'm not going to get into Diddy because I don't even know what that was. I know for a fact she didn't have sex with Diddy. I mean, I know she, and if she did, hey, that's her business. So we have the soccer player, then we have Damson Idris. No. After the soccer player, we have Michael B. Jordan. No. Now, it's about 5. Still not a lot. After the soccer player, we have Future. She dated Future very, very briefly. She dated Future around November 2019, and people were like seeing them out and about, putting two and two together. I think he was like posting her on his Instagram or something like that. That's before they actually said that they were like officially together. Ciao. And a lot of these were, I think that Future was a publicity stunt. I really do. Because he had an album, he had a song coming out with Drake. I think it was called Life's Good or something like that. He had that song come out. And I remember when he surprised Lori Harvey with her a birthday party or something like that. I think he threw her a birthday party, or he took her and her friends to an island somewhere for one of her birthdays. And that's what I'm saying. Like, she was being tricked off by these men. And women like that, like especially young girls like that, they don't have to necessarily sleep with these men, because men will just give. Men will, when it comes to women like her, men are willing to just give you whatever they feel like they can give you to be in your company, to even just breathe your same air. Like, I really seriously doubt that she slept with Future. She seems to be the type of chick that can just honestly demand physical, tangible things without actually saying a word, just to be in, her presence. And I know I'm giving her a lot. Like, I'm honestly not dick riding, but it's very clear she got motion. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna be like a old hating bitch. The little bitch got motion. She do. She's fucking fly as fuck. Hello. And yes, of course, Michael B. Jordan, I loved seeing them together. And people were saying that was a publicity stunt. And I honestly don't think it is. They're two attractive fucking people. They're in the industry of, the star Hollywood shit. You know what I mean? They probably know people that know people. They probably were introduced by a mutual friend. They're both attractive. Why would it be a publicity stunt? Michael B. Jordan has never had to do that shit, because that nigga is an A-list across the board. A-list meaning the white people fuck with him and the black people, the black people and the white people fuck with him. So why would he have to do that? And then why would she have to, like, she could really just still be quiet and nobody could even know the sound of her voice for real, while y'all joking about not hearing her talk. She could really just be in her own little world with her daddy money and, and with her money, because she also has business ventures. I think she has a skincare line. Like, she's doing her own thing, of course. But she could just really be doing her own thing and nobody would hear a peep from her. Like, she doesn't have to do this shit. And, but they do, even though I just caught myself saying that, even though she doesn't have to, they do be doing this shit. They do. But I personally don't think that the Michael B. Jordan situation was a publicity stunt. He really... This nigga was like 35 and she was like 25 or something like that. And I'm pretty sure, if I had to guess, because we just talked about how she was engaged at 21, you're only 25. So no, I still gotta be out here enjoying my life and experiencing things. I'm pretty sure he probably tried to propose to her, or he probably, they talked about it and she probably was tired of talking about it. Like, I don't want to. I don't want to get married. I think that's why they broke up. But it's like, you really expect for a 25-year-old to really want to settle down with you? You're 35 years old. And hopefully Michael B. Jordan does find someone. He seems like he's eager to be a husband and father, and I'm sure he'll be great. More than likely, the woman that he ends up with will probably still be 10 years younger than him, because a lot of y'all niggas think that women in their 40s can't have kids. Is it more dangerous? Yes, but they can still have kids. And what was I doing? Okay, so after Michael B. Jordan, there was, that we know of, I think it was the Diddy thing. I'm going to talk about Diddy very briefly. Now, before Diddy and before even the soccer player, or maybe after the soccer player, she dated... Now, see, I don't even know if she really dated Justin Combs or not. I know that they were seen together a few times, but did they date? Okay, maybe they did. So after Michael B. Jordan, I think she was seen with Diddy and her parents out somewhere lavish, out of the fucking country. I think they were holding hands in one of the pictures. I don't know what that's about. and it could be a rich thing too. Like their circles are so small. Like, sure, let's date for a couple of, like, I don't know what that was about. So I don't even really want to get into that. Do I think she slept with Diddy? No, I don't. So that's number the soccer player, Future, Michael B. Jordan, Diddy. And then we have Damson Idris. Now, this is my timeline based on what I have known and seen. If I'm missing anybody, again, we're still at a healthy number for a young woman who's out here exploring her options. I still don't see the is in the streets in the room with us. And dating can mean literally a couple of weeks. Again, does that mean that you're sleeping with these people? No. And that's the thing that I'm just like annoyed with y'all. Like, for this, she's dating. So just because she's dating, that means she's for the streets. Y'all, again, y'all know the definition of dating. Shut the fuck up. So after Diddy, allegedly, is Damson Idris. I really like them together. Now, as of today is April 28th. I actually saw a couple of days ago that they might have been broken up. Now, they were together for almost 3 years, I think, if you want to count the off and on, because apparently they broke up a year or so ago or something like that. And then they were seen again, whatever. So this appears to be the longest public relationship she's had with Damson. And that's great. Again, it looks like a regular, it looks like regular dating activity, not understanding where the streets are. Right. And just recently, there was a video of them somewhere out of the country, maybe Paris, and they were standing in front of a window and they were talking to each other. It was very sexy. It was very sultry. It was very like, okay, they were like, flirting with each other and stuff. And it looks like they were both intoxicated. And they can see clearly that these people are blatantly recording them across the way because somebody's recording them. Like, the window's open. They do not care because they're probably just trolling. But I thought that was interesting. Like, okay. They probably just didn't care. They weren't really like fucking or anything. They were just kissing and being cute. But people are saying that he cheated on her or something. And so they might not be a thing anymore officially. And if she shows up in the next few months with someone else, guess what? She's still dating and she's still exploring her options. I do see her wanting to marry someone. And because her mama taught her that good game. Pretty sure it's going to be somebody fucking awesome. I thought I would have had more things to say. At the end of the day, I just want y'all to leave people alone. Because she's doing the very same thing that all of us have done and are still doing. A lot of us are still out here dating in our big ass ages. Because you're still looking, because most of us are still looking for someone to share our lives with on a really significant long-term level. And call me crazy, but a lot of people are actually in fact fucking crazy. So it might take a few tries for you to find that nigga. And it shouldn't matter how many people you date. That doesn't mean that you're for the streets. That's not what that means. Because you're dating someone. That's not what that means. Again, here's the definition. And just leave people alone. I really thought I would have had more to say, but I love her. She's great. Again, I'm not in nobody's hive or anything like that. I'm not no dick rider. But she's, like I said, she's fly. She got motion. She's doing the things. She could have her pick of the litter. She could literally spend a whole week with a man and probably and never even touch him. But again, if she chose to be grown and do those things, it's nobody's business. It's really not, because y'all are out here doing fucking worse. Okay? Y'all are out here doing worse. So those are my thoughts about Lori Harvey and the things. Let me know your thoughts if you agree or whatever. If you don't agree, let's keep it cute. And I'm going to try to finish doing this. Yeah, that's all I had to really say. Leave people alone. And if you made it all the way to this, If you made it all the way to the end of the video, please like and subscribe if this is your vibe. And until next time, bye, niggas.